Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. It is another week and no firewood. We're done, thank God. But so here I'll flip around. See, you can see I'm down here by the shed. I got the loader all done here. Let me take you in and show you where we're dealing with here. For those that ever wonder why I climb underneath here. But this is it's kind of hard to. It's a whole hodgepodge of hydraulic cables, and you can see that one right there is wet, but I lost my light. Trying to get some better light here for you guys. Sorry, I didn't set it up ahead of time. But that fitting right there was leaking. The O-ring came out of it, and it was actually looked like the one end of it got either pinched or something and squished strong, so it blew out the side. So the O-ring I put in, it was thicker. I'll try to show you here in a second. Let me come back out. But yeah, hold on. Let me get out. So bear with me as I climb back out of my mess of what I'm laying on. Here is a piece of plywood with a bunch of hydraulic fluid on it. But let me show you what the old one looked like compared to the new one. So that is, here, we'll just do this. Let me move it over here. So it's hard to see, but that is the old one. You can see the difference in thickness in that, and diameter wise, see if I can show them side by side. You can kind of hopefully see the difference in them that way. So this new one is quite a bit thicker. But yeah, so I got that in. Now, Jody's gonna, sorry, I'm multitasking. Surprise, surprise. But Jody's gonna go down south this weekend, so I'm gonna have her pick up some hydraulic fluid because we are out. This thing has pretty much lost everything it had, and I don't dare run it. Actually, let me go around the other side here. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry guys, I'm gonna edit this quite a bit, I guess. You can't see it because it's blocked by the arm here. Let me show you. Down there is my gauge, and there's usually a little red ball that floats in there. You cannot see the ball, so we lost quite a bit. So it's late evening. It's probably going on about 6 o'clock now. And as you can see, we lost our beautiful sunny skies. It's overcast, so I wanted to get this done. So get the cab back down and closed down. So that's what I'm going to work on next. Get that cab down, get that mounted, bolted back down so it's done before the rain moves in. So I'm going to set up the tripod here and do some filming, and we'll get done with that and at least get that much stuff done today. So be right back. Well guys, that is it for getting the cab down. I'll leave the arms up because I'm still going to work until I get the hydraulic fluid in it, but I'll leave it up for now. But yeah, that's all that holds it is that cab down is 4 bolts. One there, and the same on the other side. And then the roll cage flap, what you saw me do last, was the bolt that holds that down. So this whole flap right here, this whole piece, is actually held in place on this end, and then it pivots right up in here on these. So that keeps that from flopping around when we're bouncing around. So yeah, that's all secured. I don't need to get into that. I can get to the hydraulic fill, which is right up there, that black cap. So once Jody gets back with the hydraulic fluid this weekend, we'll have this thing hopefully back in operations. So, but short night tonight. Figured I'd just try to sneak some work in tonight after work and see what we can do tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'm not sure what we'll do tomorrow. I might work on the dump truck a little bit and get that ready to go. At least get my part of it done till my friend gets out here and welds the new plow frame and redoes the plow frame a little bit so we can get that going. So until then, we'll see what we do tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's another day. The sun is trying to come out. It came out a little earlier, and then the clouds came out and kind of, here, let me flip the camera around here. So it's trying to break through. We had some weather come yesterday. We didn't get any of the snow or rain actually, where everybody else did. But it's trying, the sun's trying to break through, which will be good because we've had to run the generator the last three nights just to get our batteries charged up. But I'm back out here with the dump truck. I'm going to try to work on that. I got to fix the gas pedal. I'm waiting for Jody to get back from town, from the cities, with the hydraulic fluid so I can finish up on the loader. But here, I'll let me fill you in on my wonderful mess here. So this is my gas pedal. It's, as you can see, the floor is rusted out underneath it. So we don't get a full gas pedal, so I got to reinforce this somehow. So that's kind of my project for today, is to try to get this thing cleaned up a little bit and tightened up so there's no hole in the floor. I got to do the same thing here. You can see daylight right there. That is all the way through. So the floor in this thing is not the best. It's honestly, you know, for plow truck, it's hanging in there. My step, as you can see, is held on with a ratchet strap, or at least supported by a ratchet strap, because the bottom down there is rusting out, so there's not much holding it. The tank itself is stable and solid, but there isn't, like I said, a lot of it. It's still being held up by the back brakes, but the step brace itself is pretty much gone. I don't think it's worth, as you can see, I'm being disrupted by a couple rowdy animals who want to play. They're in a playful mood today, which is good. Look at that goofball. He's smacking himself with a chunk of rope. Well, I guess I got entertainment for today. What do you got? What do you got? You goofball? Huh? You goofball? What do you got? You're too close. I can't film you when you're like that. Are you happy you got yourself a chunk of rope? No, we're not going in the dump truck right now. Hey, we're not going for a ride. He thinks he's going for a ride. There you go. And there he goes. And that's the spot right there. Sits in the seat and thinks it's okay for him to go for a ride that way. Come on, get out of there. Where's your rope? But anyhow, so that's kind of what I'm going to work on today. See how much I can film. It's going to be tight quarters, but I think I'm going to try to patch it from the outside and just reinforce it and rivet it or bolt it to the floor. So I'll kind of figure that out, and I'll bring you along and try to record as best I can. So we'll see how it goes. Guys, I'm not the most proficient welder, but I make do. But it's she's holding solid, so hopefully it'll be enough to hold that through the winter. I'm going to put some paint on it, and I think color good. And I'm going to start working on the gas pedal, but this is a good sign to get this done, and I'm going to test the hood and see how it goes here. Okay, so I give an update. I got the hood back on as latched as it's gonna be with the rusty old chassis of this thing. But I do have this that I have to work on yet. This is the gas pedal. And this is all that was left of the floor holding it. So I have a hole in the floor that I need to patch, but I got a plate to put in there to put in that. I'll show you here. Let me take you over and show you. Got the truck plugged in, charging the batteries up. I let it run for a while too, but as you can see, I got a hole in the floor. I got a plate that I'm going to put over the hole and bolt that in, and that should hopefully hold that in place and help with adjustment of the throttle and all that, the fun stuff. So, and I put my high beam switch, which was on the underside of the floor, all rotted out. There was nothing holding this in. I mean, well, you can see basically that was all rusted out, so that can just sit there. I mean, I use the high beam most of the time, but you know, most of the time I have it on unless I come across another vehicle and then I try to turn it off. I'm not on the highway with it. I'm just on our dirt road, so it could stay on for all I care. But as you can see behind me, let me spin around, and the dogs are still going at it. The sun, it's really hard to see with this camera, so let me turn it around. I think my camera is a little dirty, but you can, what the heck is going on here? My phone is acting weird. But you can see the sun's below the horizon. It cleared up. We got some nice blue sky, which means it's going to be a little cooler tonight. I think it got up to like 38 today for a high, so. But I'm going to put this stuff away and then go in for dinner. And that'll be it for tonight. I'll probably work on that gas pedal a little bit tonight in the house, at least getting things ready, getting it prepped as best I could, or best I can for tomorrow. And then I'll finish that up tomorrow. And after that, not sure what I'm going to do. All right, guys, welcome back to another day. I'm out here with the dump truck. I didn't film. It was really hard. I tried to film it, but let me show you what I got going here. I got this plate temporarily mounted. The bolts I had for it aren't long enough. So there is a hole, as you can see, kind of right behind the pedal. I can't reach it from here. You can kind of see the hole right there. But the pedal's nice and stable, as best as stable as it's going to be, you know, with the pivot point. And it's the right angle. I can actually get decent throttle. I can get really good throttle, probably the best throttle I've gotten onto it in the last couple years. So it's been going for a while. You can actually see the hole right there. That's all the way through the floor. But the bolts I have aren't long enough, so I got to get some longer bolts to go through the floor and bolt it to the floor to hold it. Right now I got some temporary screws in there just to kind of hold it and test it and find the right angle. And the floor is so soft that, I mean, there isn't much to it. So, but I couldn't film it. It was really hard to get filming here and get it all taken care of. But actually, let me see. You might be able to see it look a little different under here, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, you can see the daylight through the floor. Yeah, it's not a good sign. I mean, look at all the rust. But it is what it is. It's what happens when it's used for how many years of, you know, as a sanding truck. That's pretty much was a plow and a sander. The sander unit on the back of it that I got with it was so rotted and rusted that it just fell apart the first winter. And I ended up taking it off and just dropping it because it was so rotted. But I'm going to try to get some stuff done on it yet. I was going to try to fix my radio. You can see all the wires hanging down. Something happened to the radio. It's just a cheap little radio I put in here. So I could have my Bluetooth if I needed to answer a call. But I also wanted to have some radio when I'm plowing to have something to listen to. And it does not want to work right. And something happened with the electronics of the truck at one point that it just kind of cut everything out. So I'm going to try to get that figured out and fixed. But I think it's just a bad radio is what it is. So I'll wait till another paycheck and maybe order another radio and get that just swapped out. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for this week's video. I didn't get as much done as I had hoped. Weather didn't cooperate. It's been kind of rainy the last few days, and we got a couple more days of rainy weather. So, but we'll get some more stuff done. Dump truck's getting close to being ready. Got some more work to do on that, but that might be the next video. So, but I'll end it here for this week, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.